Well, this is a crucially important step forward that sorts out how we're going to get transit built, which is my principal priority. We've, for 20 years, 25 years, not built anything, always had an excuse, not enough money, not enough time, changing decisions. We've got to get on with building transit, and this is a huge step forward for that.
Queen's Park and Mayor Tory making a pitch to go splitsies on a $7 billion plan to integrate transit and bring us one step closer to SmartTrack. The plan would include 6 new stations in Toronto and see 11 GO stations updated so they too could be part of the network. The funding agreement also includes the Eglinton West LRT, Eglinton Crosstown, and the Finch and Shepherd LRTs. A rush special executive committee meeting has been scheduled for tomorrow, and council will have to make a final vote before the province's November 30th deadline to accept. Now, if approved, we could see a massive expansion of Toronto's transit network, but this plan leaves out one downtown line, one that many say is vital for our city.
The concerns are that we are not building a transit network. We are building favorite projects, our pet projects.
SmartTrack was the vision of Mayor John Tory, a campaign promise.
And it's going to provide relief the soonest, the fastest. And my job one is getting transit built and getting it built as quickly as possible. And that doesn't mean the SmartTrack or the relief line. It means SmartTrack and the relief line.
The one major project not mentioned in today's report was funding for the downtown relief line. TTC Chair Councillor Josh Cole notes the province has already put $150 million on the table for a study.
Are there other priority lines in the city? Definitely, but the good news is those are being advanced too. The planning work is being done on the downtown relief line.
Professor Murtaza Haider has a PhD in transportation engineering. He believes political motives and past decisions on transit at City Hall have put Toronto behind by 3 decades.
There's a consensus among transit and transportation planners and engineers that downtown relief line is the single most important component, the missing component of public transit infrastructure.
Our cameras weren't allowed inside today's technical briefing by staff, but inside, the city manager told us the city would pay its share through a combination of tax increment financing. They hope to use development fees and other measures. But if the plan were to only use property tax, you could see an increase of 2%.
These cost estimates, they're not stable, they are increasing. We don't know who's going to pay.
Late Friday, early Saturday.
Speaking one-on-one with the mayor today, he made a pledge not to use a property tax increase to fund SmartTrack.
Property taxes are not going to pay for SmartTrack. And so in the report it says property taxes or other streams of income. We're looking at what those other streams of income should be and because I've made a commitment on property taxes that I intend to honor.
The plan is also contingent on another $470 million from the Greater Toronto Airport Authority and municipalities like Mississauga to come to the table with cash, though their participation is not yet a sure thing, as is the will of Toronto City councillors, who today sounded off on this deal with the province.
This is nothing like what we were promised by Mayor John Tory during the election. And the big penny today that dropped, we're certainly not getting it for free. There are billions of dollars of costs here to the City of Toronto, including us taking on costs for some of the provincial transit that we thought they were going to pay for. There's a lot here to digest. But on first blush, I'd have to say this is a real failure for Mayor John Tory.
Mayor John Tory and Premier Kathleen Wynne will be meeting tomorrow behind closed doors. Now, this transit master plan is anything but a done deal. It'll have to go through executive committee tomorrow, and then council will need to vote on it by next week. And they have until November 30th to tell the province just how much cash the city plans on coughing up.